Hi, we're well into January and I have not really set my 2023 goals, so let's get into it.
You can't say you didn't see this coming. Finally got some inspiration right again.
It is currently the 22nd of January and I feel like I haven't actually figured out what I want to do in 2023 as my goals. I feel like a lot has happened in January so far and it has just kind of made me question everything, which is not a good thing but also like a good thing in a way. Questioning everything about everything is probably not a good thing, but questioning what I want to do and kind of where I want to take my life, I guess, in a way, which sounds very dramatic, is a good thing because it does make me think about where I want to go, what I want to do, what makes me happy, like all these things. And even though I don't have an answer to those questions, I feel like making myself think about it is probably a good thing. But that also means I haven't actually figured out what 2023 goals I want to kind of pursue. Back in 2022, at the end of the year, I did write down some goals. I was brainstorming what my goals for 2023 could be, and I guess we can run through those. Some of these goals I feel like are very much high into the sky kind of goals. Like they might not be what I can achieve this year. They might not even be a yearly goal. They might just be a future me goal. But some of these things are the things that I want to do. And the problem with that is that I have so many things that I want to get done, so many things I want to do, and I just need to teach myself to not try and do all of them at once. I struggle with wanting to do all of these things and then trying to do them all at the same time, which is not a viable thing to do. So don't be like me, don't do that. But I think what I can do is share the goals I had brainstormed with you guys, and then I guess I can figure out what I'm gonna do for 2023 and if some of these goals are gonna be future me problems and future me things, or if I'm gonna try and do this in 2023. So I did write down what I was thinking of having my goals onto a document. So I'm gonna open it on my phone and then kind of try and see if I can read through this, kind of go through the goals that I want to set. I also have my bullet journal with me where I was gonna try and write down my goals, and for the longest time my goals page was just empty because I didn't have anything to put there. Now I have kind of put a short list of these in here. I basically have one that is travel, one that is YouTube, one that is book related, and then just reading. So those are kind of the 4 goals I have in my bullet journal. I'm not like 100% sold on these goals, but I'm gonna try and kind of work through this basically. All right, first up on my goals is YouTube. That is where we are right now, and that is one of the goals that I have for 2023. Should be one of my goals because I keep doing this, so you know, should be there. Basically what I want to do is I want to stay consistent as I have been in the past. I want to make sure I upload 1 or 2 times a week. I basically am currently on a 2 videos a week schedule every Tuesday and Friday. I don't know if I'm gonna keep that up because I feel like it is a lot of work and it is a lot of kind of pressure to record these videos. I feel if I can get a good system in place where I can effectively and efficiently record my videos, edit them, do batch editing, do batch filming, do all of these things in like batches, and if I'm like more ahead than I am now, then that would maybe like make it work so I can do 2 videos. But right now I'm like a little bit struggling, so I feel like I need to get back into the pace of recording these videos for you guys and actually researching the videos I want to actually record, and you know, this whole thing. And I feel like I could spiral down into this whole rant on what I have not been doing well with my YouTube videos. So to do that, I have written this down: batch record, batch edit, as I've just explained, be more prepared, have videos done in advance, which if you've watched any of my latest videos, you know that I edit them basically on the day they're supposed to go live. You know, it's not the best strategy, I can tell you that. So, you know, again, don't be like me. But yeah, I want to also create shorts more. I did shorts in November and December of last year, and I feel like they did like well-ish. Some videos got only like 8 views, but other videos got like 700 views. So I feel like I should try and tap into that shorts category a little bit more and see what I can turn into shorts from my long form videos, and kind of see if maybe that could be something that I do. So that is something that I want to explore in 2023, to kind of see if that would be something I can add to my YouTube catalog, I guess. That being said, already struggling to do 2 videos a week. I don't know when I'm gonna actually do this, or if I should be doing this, but you know, I kind of like the idea of it. I did my first shorts in November when it was NaNoWriMo, and did daily shorts for what I did that day towards Nano, and I might want to do that again for maybe the camps, which would be April and July, and then again in November. I don't know if I'm gonna do it, but that might be a thought. So those would be things I could do for the shorts. Use the community tab more, so now that channels that are smaller also have the community tab unlocked, I probably should look into that, because you know, it might be a way to reach my audience, and I kind of want to get a better strategy at doing that as well. So yeah, I need to look into it and see how I can use it. So yeah, I will keep you guys posted. I have been wanting to redo my YouTube banner and my YouTube video intros, and also the end screen, to get like better tie-ins into what I'm referring to, or things I'm like, oh yeah, if you want to watch something more about this, then watch this video, and then kind of point towards it. I think that would be probably good to get my views up, or my watch hours are probably a good strategy that I've heard around. So I kind of want to look into what I'm going to do with those and kind of figure that out. But again, this is like future me problems. This is like, if I have time and I want to do something, then that is something that I can do. More on YouTube is I actually have a course that I purchased last year in, I guess it was October or November, something like that, and I want to actually go through that course. It's a YouTube course. I want to go through it. I want to like get the most out of it. I want to see what advice they give, what I can use to my benefit, and like all of these things. So I want to go through those modules and also kind of be more active in that community. So yeah, that is a little side note on the YouTube stuff. The second biggest goal, I guess, on here would be my writing and my books. So for writing, I basically just have non-writing related goals, which is kind of weird, but yeah, basically what I want to do for my books is I have the one book that I want to actually finish up at some point, because it's been long enough. It's the book I've been working on the book coaches with. I know that I have taken a break. I basically stopped working on that book somewhere in October last year, and I've not touched it since. I've not been doing any of the coaching. I basically just kind of took a break, and I was supposed to get back into it at some point, and I haven't. So that is definitely something that I want to do. I want to get back into that groove and actually start working on the book again, which the main problem I've been stuck on is researching the time period. I need to kind of like make some progress on that. So that is the first kind of thing that I want to do. I want to update like the kind of overview I have for this book to kind of see, okay, what needs to be changed, where does it need to be changed, kind of stuff like that. I want to also like actually rejoin the program, but I want to do that after I've kind of had a solid good amount of research done, so that I can have that and then continue with the program. Because I feel like if I'm just gonna join the program, then I'm gonna waste my time in the program, waste everybody's time, and not actually have the research that I want and need to continue this project. So I want to do the research first, get everything that I need kind of there and outlined, and whatever I think needs to happen, and then go back into the program and like kind of present that as like, hey, I've not done nothing. Although I have done nothing for like 3 months, but don't tell anyone. So once I've like kind of figured that out, I want to join back into the coaching program, finish some of the exercises that are still left. It's not that many, but there are still some exercises that I need to do. And then I want to actually at some point finally edit through this book. I feel like that has been one of my goals since 2021, and I've not done it. I mean, I have done a few passes through this book on my own. I have, don't get me wrong. I've delivered a 4th draft to the book coaches, and I'm now gonna have to like actually edit through that again to actually make it better and implement all the comments and feedback that I got from the coaches. So I need to do that, and I want to do that because I want to get this book done, and I want to send this out for feedback. So I want to get beta readers and actually get people to read this book and give me feedback on it again, so I can probably edit it again, or just, you know, not, but probably I need to edit this book a couple more times. But hopefully, you know, I'm gonna get this done at some point, and hopefully that some point will be this year. Next to that, I also have my Project Sky that I've been working on. That was my NaNoWriMo project, so if you've not watched any of those videos, I will make sure to leave a link somewhere in the cards. I think that's on this side, and probably also in the description. I have a whole playlist on my NaNoWriMo journey and like prepped over and all of that, so I can leave that for you guys so that you can check it out. But anyway, Project Sky was my NaNoWriMo project. It has been a project for me like for a long time because I have been working on this for years. I started this project before I started the other like historical project. This project has existed for quite some time, and I had first written this in a certain way and I didn't like it. I mean, I liked the idea of it, but I couldn't get through the book fully. I kind of got stuck and I didn't know how to approach it, and I wasn't sure what to do. So I had sent my very first draft. So I don't know if I recommend that, but I had sent my first draft to a critique partner, and she read through it, and we kind of started brainstorming how I could improve the story and what she did like, what she didn't like, how I thought I could probably improve this and do this, and what her views were on it. So we kind of started brainstorming that book together, and that was amazing because then I started rewriting it in November. Completely different points of view, and I want to finish that up. I haven't actually finished the whole draft. I've just kind of quit after the 50,000 words that I needed for Nano, and then I was like, I'm done. I'm gonna take a break. And then December was just my I'm taking a break from everything month, and then January rolled around, and January was just hectic so far, and you know, not awesome. So I've not gotten back into anything really. So yeah, I feel like I need to actually do that. So I want to finish up the draft for that book, so that is Project Sky, and then actually go through and edit where I needed. So I want to like actually see what I need to improve in this book, and potentially even create like character sheets or something, character profiles, because I feel like right now they might just be a little bit too similar, and I want to have them as like distinctive voices and stuff. So I might need to do that to get them a little bit more on like the this is an actual person and it's different than this person kind of level. I want to also create an editing plan for this book, and then probably send it out to get some feedback on it, even if it's for my critique partners. So yeah, it's a lot to do on like the book writing front, but also it's not too much. I feel like it's fine. And I want to also like at some point draft again, because you know, I feel like I've just been stuck in the I'm gonna edit, and I haven't done it because I apparently really don't like editing. I really don't enjoy it. I like the writing phase and like the brainstorming phase and the drafting, like I like that, but I don't really enjoy the editing part. I don't enjoy it. It has to be done. If you want to become a professional writer, you need to edit. But yeah, I wish I could just write a first draft and let someone else figure out the rest, but it's not really how it works. Unless you guys know of like a secret thing that I don't, then please leave that in the comments because I want to know. So basically those are 2 books that I want to work on this year. I want to focus on. Those were the 2 books I focused on last year as well. It's just an endless cycle of these 2 books that are not really progressing that much, even though I did write 50,000 words on Project Sky, so that's something. But other than that, I've not really made any progress on those books, like not a lot anyway. So yeah, I feel like I want to, but I haven't. So other than those books, I might want to draft something, as I said, so yeah, I might just sneakily throw in a different book that I'm just gonna draft for fun on, you know, on the off times where I'm not working on my edits or working on my YouTube stuff or any of the other goals that I have on here, because there's plenty more to come. So for reading, I feel like this should be an actual goal, because last year I didn't read that much. I only read like 5, maybe 6 books, just not a lot. And I did read like some Critique Partner stuff, but yeah, I didn't really read a lot last year. And I want to get back into the habit of actually reading, because I have so many books and I've not read them. So, you know, I probably should continue reading and actually make that a goal of mine, to actually read through books and stuff. So, you know, I've been trying to read before bed, and like it's going. You know, I've already finished 1 book. Yay me. And I am like 30% through a second book that I started this year, and you know, hopefully will end at some point again. So I want to actually read. So I want to read also kind of nonfiction books. So I bought more nonfiction books, as you probably could have seen in like my UK haul video, even though those were not necessarily from the UK, but you know, it's fine. I have a lot of books that I want to read. I have a lot of fiction books and I have a lot of nonfiction books. The fiction books obviously are more, but I have a lot of nonfiction books that are related to writing or to self-development, like stuff like that, and I want to read that to kind of improve myself as a writer, but also as a person and just in general. So I want to read nonfiction books, but also read fiction books. So I don't know how I'm going to do this yet. I haven't figured out a full-on, this is the plan, but I want to read before bed, and that is fiction. But then the nonfiction ones, I haven't figured out when I'm going to read those. I might have to read them like in lunch breaks or something when I'm at home. I don't actually know how I'm gonna do that, but I want to. So I'm gonna make this a goal to actually read a book. So yeah, I'm gonna try. That's like my reading goal, to try and read books. And I have put on Goodreads the goal for 12 books this year, which means 1 book a month. And I feel like I should be able to do that. But then I also need to not choose 800-page books to try and read in a month, because that's just not who I am. I don't read that much. Maybe if I'm on holiday and I don't do anything else, but yeah. I will probably just try and read through some books that are a little smaller in size, which was the first book. It was like 200 something pages, and the second book that I'm reading right now is like 300 something pages. And I'm gonna try and see if that works out well, and kind of see if I can get through some smaller books first, so that I can feel good about myself and feel like I'm not already behind if I start reading an 800-page book, because then if I don't finish that in a month, I'll feel like I'm behind and I won't feel motivated. So I want to kind of focus on reading maybe a few shorter books that I can read through like quicker, and then hopefully tick them off on my list and be like, okay, I'm ahead. Now maybe I can do a longer book, and at some point get through the books that I want to read, because I have so many books that I want to read. But yeah. Basically, I just want to continue reading and actually read this year, instead of just being like, oh yeah, I want to read. I'm not doing it. I want to actually read this year, so yes. If the framing seems different, yeah, I just kicked this over, so I tried to make it the same framing. If not, then I apologize. Another thing I want to do is actually journal, and I have multiple things on here for journaling, so bear with me. Journaling wise, I want a bullet journal, so you know, I have started my bullet journal again. I have bought a new one, and I've created some spreads, and I don't know, I like how visually pleasing these look in general, so that's what I'm gonna do. I have some spreads in here. I have my weekly spreads, my monthly spreads. That is what I want to do, and we're just gonna try and make this work. I feel like it's a nice creative outlet, because you know, I can do things like this, and it's also a way to hopefully keep me organized and keep me on track of the things that I need to do. I like using to-do lists, so this hopefully will help me to kind of check off what I want to do each week, what I want to do like on specific days, what I need to get done on certain times. Like, hopefully this is gonna keep me on track. That's the plan for the bullet journal. But I don't know. Well, we'll see. Then I also have journaling as actually journaling, so like writing out my thoughts and stuff. I got a journal for Christmas, which was the Fertillis chapters. Now I feel like that is very much so reflecting on the day, and I was gonna use that as like, oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna start journaling every day. This is what I'm gonna do. But I feel like it's more of a let's reflect on your day type of journal. So I want to maybe do that towards the evening and kind of do that as like my evening pages, if you want to call it that, and just reflect on the day after the day, like after it's happened. So that is, I think, what I'm gonna move it into. And then I have created a journal that I can do morning pages in, so that is something that I started this morning, so yay me for starting that. And I kind of want to have that as like just rambling, writing down my thoughts, kind of having a good start of the day kind of journal. So that is what I want to do. I kind of want to get better at writing out my thoughts and hopefully then letting them go and having a good start to the day where I don't have to worry about everything that goes on in my head, and I can just kind of be calm and at peace with myself as I go through the day. And that is like my hope. I don't know if that's gonna work out that way, but that is my hope of what I want this to be. I also wrote down a get a reading journal goal onto this page because I've always liked the idea of having a reading journal, like people actually writing down what they read and how their reading was and like all these things. I like the idea of that. So I decided I'm gonna do this. For 2023, I'm gonna keep a reading journal. So I have set up a little like tiny journal thing, and I wrote down my first book that I read in there. So I wrote the title, the author, publisher, what else did I read, what else did I write down? I wrote down the date I finished reading it, which I should have written differently, but whatever. I wrote down my rating and then my notes. Maybe I should have included like number of pages or something. Well, we can always go back and add that. So that was everything on journaling wise. Then one of my goals is also social media. I don't know if I want to have this as one of my goals, but I feel like, you know, building your author presence or whatever is a thing that I should do a little bit more. I used to post on Instagram a lot, and then I kind of stopped doing that because I didn't really feel like I had anything interesting to post. So I stopped posting on Instagram. I sometimes do stories, and that's kind of where I stop. I don't actually post reels because I've never gone into that. I should, and I kind of want to. I don't post anymore, basically. I don't post except for stories, and I want to get back into actually posting pictures or like stuff, and then potentially exploring the real side of things. I haven't, but I feel like I really should. It's just, it feels daunting to try and do it all, you know? That's what I said in the beginning of this video, and I really shouldn't try and do everything all at once. But here I am again, trying to do it all. So I'm gonna write this down, but I don't know how I'm gonna actually do this or if I'm gonna do this straight away. It might just be a long-term project that I can look into and not focus on too much. What I did write down for socials is I want to post more on Instagram again, because I haven't. I want to keep posting stories on Instagram, which I do sporadically, honestly. I don't do it a lot, but I should just keep that up. I want to potentially explore TikTok. In like my whole TikTok days, I've posted 2 videos. They were both on my birthday or about my birthday, and I've not posted anything since. Yeah, I feel like I want to maybe explore the option of creating videos for shorts, like the YouTube shorts stuff, and potentially posting them on TikTok as well, or, you know, turn them into reels or something. Like, I don't know what I want to do yet with that, but I don't know. Basically, I don't know what I want to do. I've seen like a lot of videos of just people kind of having fun with their writing and like making funny kind of reels or shorts or TikToks or whatever you want to call them, like the short clips. And I was like, oh, I could do like the funny stuff or just, you know, in general, like writer life stuff that isn't necessarily related to my videos, like my YouTube videos. But I haven't figured out if I want to do that, what I want to do, how I'm gonna do it, if maybe TikTok should just be my fun side and not me trying to actually create like something that is related to the business side of being an author, or maybe that should just like, maybe TikTok should be my creative kind of outlet of not caring how it's perceived and just me being me and just doing the videos that I want to do and not thinking about how that is seen as like an author thing. So I think maybe that is what I should do with TikTok. I honestly haven't really figured this out, as you can tell, because it's the 22nd of January and I haven't figured out my goals yet. But I feel like in general, TikTok maybe just will become me and not necessarily my author me. Like I might include some writer stuff or things, you know, about me that are writer related, because I am someone that likes writing and does like all those things. But at the same time, you know, maybe it will just be me. I don't know. We'll see how I feel when I finally get to that point where I'm like, okay, let me actually look into TikTok. Let me see what I want to do with that. But right now, I don't know. I feel like the shorts element, so like shorts, reels, TikToks, that kind of stuff, is something that I want to tap into more. Just don't know how I'm going to do it yet. So stay tuned. To make sure you're actually staying tuned, you know, you have to go follow me on those social medias. They are always linked in my description, so you can always find them there. But yeah, feel free to, you know, follow me around, see the chaos of me trying to figure out all of this. But yeah, I also have a HIVE account. I haven't actually linked that, I think, in my descriptions, so I have to do that. But you know, at the end of 2022, when Twitter was potentially being removed, a lot of people jumped over to HIVE, and I was like, might as well do it. Might as well see what this is about. And I did it. I jumped over to HIVE and I haven't actually used it. I have some followers there of people that were very supportive of everyone moving to HIVE and kind of were trying to find, you know, author friends on HIVE because not a lot of people were on there. And I feel like I should probably, you know, actually do something with that. I haven't, again, because I haven't actually done any social media. I have also not been doing anything on Twitter. I posted a tweet yesterday, so tweeted a tweet yesterday, like what, I don't even know the language. Anyway, I used Twitter yesterday, so, you know, that's something. I never know what to post. I never know what to talk about. I don't know, like, you know, what would be interesting, what people want to see. But yeah, I don't know. Let's move away from the social media side, because I feel like that can be a rant for a really long time of not knowing what to do with social media. But, you know, it's my struggle. Onto another struggle, great tie-in, is my physical health. Basically, I want to lose weight in a way, but at the same time, I've always put my mental health before any of that. So I feel fine in the body I have. I feel fine the way I look. I feel good. And I'm okay with that. I know that I have a few extra pounds and like all of that. And I know that I'm not like a skinny girl or whatever. But I like my curves. I really don't mind them. But I would like to tighten up a little bit. Just personal preference for me, to myself. It's not for any other person. It's not for any beauty standard. It's just me trying to feel good in my own skin. And even though I do feel fine, I have insecurities. And I feel like everyone probably has them. But, you know, I think it would be healthier for me personally to try and lose some weight, even though that has never been my focus. And I don't want to make it a focus. But I do want to kind of lean more into eating healthier. So one of the goals I have for myself is to not get takeout. So I want to stop ordering food online and actually not get takeout. And I want to actually cook for myself, which is something that I don't do often enough. I usually just get meals that are just throw in a pan, heat them up, done. Or like things that you can shove into the oven, you can call it a day. Just because I feel like I have all these things I want to do. This again comes back to trying to do everything at once. That time I spend on all the other things has to come from somewhere. And I sacrifice cooking because I don't normally really enjoy cooking. So I sacrifice that and kind of get really quick, easy to do meals that I can do in like 15 minutes. And then I can eat and get on with my day. And that is kind of how I've always treated food, as like a quick fix kind of thing, because you know, I need to eat because I will get nauseous if I don't eat. But I don't enjoy cooking. I don't enjoy the cooking aspect of it. Honestly, I wish I could just have someone cook for me every single day, or like a chef that will cook for me, provides me with healthy meals that are like, this is the portion that you should eat. You shouldn't eat like more than this. And then that, you know, I can call it a day. I love that. But you know, that's not my reality. So my reality is I should just cook and just make healthier foods, or at least foods that are cooked at home. I don't want to get takeout. I want to actually make the food. And I know that I will probably still fall back to some of those like throw in the pan, heat them up, be done kind of meals. I know that because that is just who I am. But as long as I can dedicate myself to not ordering takeout, I feel like already that is an accomplishment, because it saves me money and it's usually, you know, healthier for me to not do that. So that is one of the goals I want to do. And I want to like kind of just cook things. I'm not good at cooking, but if I can just make some meals a week that are created by me, that is already like a win. And if they're healthy, even better. So I want to kind of lean more towards the healthier route, and instead of trying to just eat fast food kind of stuff. So, you know, I feel like losing weight is, you know, at the end of the way, it's the goal, but that is not necessarily the goal I want to kind of do now. The goal I want to do now is just having healthier choices that I make for my food and like all of that. And then hopefully that is going to lead me to lose weight a little bit. But just healthier choices, and just no takeout, just no ordering stuff, just cooking them at home is like my goal. So one of the ways I want to achieve that I've written down is potentially do meal prep on weekends, so that I can have meals like easy done and I just have to heat them up, but they are actually cooked meals. You know, they're not the ones I just get and then already, but actually make them already and then have to just heat them up when I'm like busy. I should do that. Am I gonna do that? I don't know. But I should do that, and I should just kind of like make meals myself and then freeze them or something so I can have them whenever I need them. I should do that. Will I do that? I don't know. And I also said move more. So I am very much a person that sits at home all day, especially when I don't have to go to the office. I literally spend all day inside in my apartment, sitting on my couch, sitting behind my desk. I'm sitting most of the time, and I feel like I need to move more, so I want to use my standing desk. I have a standing desk. I use it as a normal desk most of the time, but I feel like I should use it more as a standing desk, get my posture right, stand a little bit instead of always slouching, sitting down behind my computer or on the couch. Like I feel like it's not healthy for me to always sit down, so I should move more. And I've discussed with a colleague that we might go for like walks when we have lunch or something. We haven't been able to do that because it's January, but we're gonna maybe potentially pick this up. So if you're watching this, let's do it. Then we move on from physical health to something that I personally find more important, and that is my mental health. So for my mental health, I wrote down, take more time to relax. I feel like that is something that I need to remind myself of. Again, this ties back to the whole trying to do everything all at once kind of thing, because that is not realistic. I need to also plan time to actually relax and wind down and not do anything and just kind of chill. And that is something that I need to actually do that, and I need to actively do that, so that I don't get a burnout, I don't overwork myself, I'm not tired all the time, and I can just live a nice relaxed life. So that's the hope. But basically I've written down to actually plan in my time. So plan in time to read. So actually set like a reminder, set up something to actually read before bed, or read like during lunch or like something like that. I have this written down, and have plan in time to watch TV. Like how ridiculous is that I'm gonna have to plan in time where I'm gonna watch TV? Like what am I doing? But I feel like if I don't plan it in, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing at the time, which could be researching, which could be writing, it could be editing, it could be just in general like YouTube stuff or admin stuff or whatever. And then all of a sudden it's 11 o'clock in the evening and I'm like, oh, I should read before I go to bed, but it's already 11. I should just go to bed. But then I go to bed with like this I'm still doing all the things kind of mindset, and that is not helpful for me in my sleep. So I just need to plan in time where I'm gonna wind down and relax and not do anything, which has been a struggle for me. But I wanna be better at that, because I feel like that is gonna help me with my mental health and, you know, actually wind down, not work all the time, and actually do kind of, you know, an easier thing sometimes, which I should. So I just want to get better at planning all that. And then with the mental health thing, it also ties back into the journaling part, where I want to kind of see how the journaling is going to help me with my mental health and with my struggles, and just writing down my struggles and writing down everything that I'm thinking without judging myself, just kind of writing it down and hopefully being able to process it. That's the hope for the journaling part. So we're going to see how everything is going to turn out with that. But mental health is always something that is on my list of things I want to focus on. That has been the most important thing for me for many years. And that is also probably why I've not focused on my physical health for a really long time, because my mental health is always more important. Alright, then I have general author stuff. So I have a website and I have a newsletter. Technically, people can sign up for my newsletter. I just haven't actually done anything with it. So that is something that is kind of a future me goal of like, hey, maybe at some point you should figure this out. Well, apologies if the framing has changed again because my battery died. I honestly don't know where I left off in the whole general author stuff. Originally, my plan was to do monthly newsletters, and I've not done that ever. I probably should at some point do this, but again, it's a at some point kind of thing. I have so many things. Again, as I said, I have such a long list of things I want to get done. Basically, because I'm officially registered as a business, I need to at some point start making some money. Until now, I've just kind of not been making money. I've basically been spending a lot of money towards my business and doing all of that, and then with my taxes, asking back the taxes I paid for whatever I paid towards for my business. The problem with that is that if I don't make any money, at some point it's gonna bite me, and you know what. So I need to figure out ways to make money towards my business. My idea originally was to set up a Fiverr account, which I have. So if you want to check that out, the links are in the description. But I basically have a Fiverr account to help people brainstorm their book idea. And I might have to potentially review that gig on Fiverr, because I feel like some people have been interested, they just haven't done it, and I don't know why. I feel maybe some people will find it too expensive. Could be. Maybe I need to revise that price and figure out what actually would be a good rate for me. But in general, I really enjoy brainstorming, and I enjoy brainstorming people's books, and I enjoy brainstorming ideas on how they can like steer their story if they're stuck somewhere. So I put that up as a gig on Fiverr so that I can help people with that, because I enjoy doing that, and then hopefully I was gonna make money. I haven't, but that was the original plan. I've also put on gigs on Fiverr for translations because I am fluent in both English and Dutch, so I figured I would offer services to translate stuff, which I have done in the past on a different account, and that run like okay, and I got people to actually do this, people that wanted me to do it. I just haven't gotten any so far. I haven't gotten anyone that wanted me to translate anything for them, so that has been a little bit of a bust. So I originally had a Fiverr account. That was my plan, make money on Fiverr towards my business until I was able to actually make money off of books or YouTube or all the other plans that I have. But yeah, Fiverr was like my way to go. I felt like that was a quick and easy way to make money, and I haven't made money, and I feel like maybe I just didn't promote it, which is definitely something that I haven't done. I haven't really been promoting that I have this, so you know, might just be my own fault. I feel like I maybe have to optimize a little bit here and there to reach more people, but yeah, that has definitely not gone the way that I had hoped, so I definitely need to revisit that. But I also have a lot of other money-making ideas. So let me list some of them for you. Patreon is also something that I have thought about doing just because I feel like Patreon is something that a lot of people talk about, and a lot of creators, big creators, let me add that, have. And I feel like I could potentially set up a Patreon account, but I just don't know what people would be interested in paying for. I feel bad asking people for money, and I don't like having to kind of promote myself and be like, oh, pay me for this because then you'll get this and that. Like, I don't find myself like awesome enough to ask people money to kind of just get content or be able to talk to me. Like, I don't know, I find that weird. Maybe that's because I'm like, you know, very small YouTuber so far. You know, I might in the future feel more comfortable if I have tens of thousands of people watching my videos, but maybe it's just too early for Patreon, or maybe I just don't know how to approach the Patreon side of things. But some of the things I had as like ideas that I could do on Patreon, one of them I'm probably never gonna do, but one of the things that I could do on Patreon, and I feel like I should research Patreon more and see what other people offer on Patreon, but one of the things that I could do is early access to my videos, which in reality might not be the best option for me because I struggle to get my videos out on time for YouTube. What makes me say that I'm gonna do this as early access to people if I can't even finish the videos on time for YouTube? And also, like, I never know if people would want that, because you can just wait like a little bit longer and get it for free on YouTube, so why would you want it as an early access thing on Patreon? So I don't know if I'm gonna do that, but it was something. Exclusive content that is just Patreon exclusive. Now, I don't know what that would mean. I don't know what kind of videos I would post there. Maybe if I was making a different kind of video, or maybe if I was starting a new project that I wanted to keep secret, I could do it on Patreon and have it kind of behind a paywall so that people don't spread the news, or so that, you know, I don't have everyone knowing about it. But I don't know. Is that something that people would be interested in? I don't know. You tell me, basically. If you want me to create a Patreon because you would be interested in additional content or additional things that you don't get from my YouTube videos or other socials that I don't use, let me know. And then potentially I could make a Patreon. I just don't know what people were interested in. So if you have anything that you're like, I like it when people do this on Patreon, let me know. One of the things I also thought about with Patreon is doing like monthly hangouts or like productivity sprints just for my Patreons or stuff like that, where, you know, you get to interact with me and actually talk to me. I just don't know if that would be something that people will pay for. I feel like, again, I feel weird having people pay for things. Like, you know, I also have downloadable content on here, so I have a lot of things that I do with like spreadsheets, for example. I like tracking all of my things. So I have a spreadsheet for my hours that I track for 2023. I have a spreadsheet with words that has not been used because I've not been writing, but I have a spreadsheet that tracks my word count. And I have a spreadsheet where I do my content calendar. I have a spreadsheet where I just have bullet journal ideas. I have a spreadsheet for my monthly income stuff. I have so many spreadsheets, which is ridiculous, but I have them. I also have a Notion page that I use for myself to do some stuff. I haven't been using that lately, but I have it and I have used it before. Even though they're not my setups, I have just kind of downloaded something from other people, but I could potentially create a Notion template that was exactly how I wanted to do it and was mine and was 100% my own creation, and have that as like things that people could download either on Patreon or as like an actual thing, like a Notion template or like a free downloadable if people sign up for my newsletter. Could potentially do that. Just don't know. I just don't know what I want to do, basically. That's a problem. So I've been thinking about all these things for Patreon, and then also was thinking of doing, instead of like the Fiverr thing where I brainstorm with people, that maybe in some of the tiers I could have people get like, you know, picking my brain and getting some feedback on things. I don't know. Just don't know. Or do like a Q&A or something on Patreon every month where they can ask me any kind of question. I've also been thinking about Etsy. I like the idea, of having a shop and having people order things and me sending it out. I like the idea of that. I don't know if I like the work that goes into it, but I like the idea of it, basically. I've been thinking about like the book boxes and stuff, and I really enjoy the idea of a book box. I enjoy that people do that and people sell that and that it is out there. I don't know, I just feel like it would be such a fun thing to create for people and have people be super excited to get their package and excited to unwrap their presents, and I like the idea of that. I don't think I would like the work that goes into it. Like, don't get me wrong, I like working and I like working for my things. It's just thrown back to don't try to do everything all at once kind of thing. I feel like this might be just an idea of future me once I have a little bit like more free time, or when I'm actually making money and I don't have to depend on this as my money like income source, then I could potentially do that, and I feel like I shouldn't do that right now. But that is something that I feel like I would like to do, just because I enjoy the idea of like wrapping a book up, wrapping presents, putting that all into a box. Like, I really enjoy doing the Secret Santa for AuthorTube because I got to buy someone presents and like put them all in a box and like ship it off, and it was just like a fun thing to do, and I enjoy doing that and I enjoy making people happy. I hope my person is happy. I don't actually know yet. I feel like having an Etsy shop takes a lot of work, and I don't know if I want to add that onto my plate right now. Other than that, I haven't actually come up with other money making ideas. I did at some point consider doing like journals on Amazon, just kind of making a journal and sell it, but I haven't done that and I don't know if I want to. So those are kind of like my money making ideas that I have so far. You can steal them, it's fine. But yeah, anyway, those are the kind of things that I'm thinking about. If you have more ideas or even better ideas that you think would be viable for me to do, please leave them in the comments. And again, if you have anything that you'd be interested with, like for example a Patreon where you would pay for some tier to get the things that you want, please let me know if that would be something that you're interested in and what you would want to see or what you would expect to see on a Patreon. Yeah, if you want to connect more with me, basically, would you pay for it or would you be like, nah? Because I would totally understand that. Like, you can be honest, because I'm the kind of person that's usually like, I don't know if I want to pay for that kind of thing, because I'm cheap. You know, I don't like paying for things. Yeah, anyway, let me know in the comments if you have anything that you'd be interested in from me and something that you'd be like, you know, willing to pay for, I guess. I feel so weird asking people to pay for things. So weird even asking you to give me ideas of things that I could sell you. But yeah, we're on this together, right? Let me see if I have any more things. One of the things I also wrote down somewhere further down below was that I would potentially like to do collaborations with people on AuthorTube or in general, just kind of collaborate with people and do those kind of things. I don't know if anyone would want to like collaborate with me, but as I said, doing the Secret Santa for AuthorTube has been a lot of fun, and that video is actually the next Tuesday's video, so make sure you stay tuned for that one. But, you know, I've enjoyed doing that, and I enjoy kind of being part of live streams whenever I do find the time to actually join them, or when I'm like in the mood to actually join them. I enjoy doing them, like in the chats at least. That's where I've been so far. But I'm potentially thinking about doing some live streams again of my own. I don't know when or if I'm gonna do that, and if so, where, how. I haven't figured that out because I really don't know right now. I just don't want to do it all at once, right? Going back to the main thing that I said in this video, don't want to do everything all at once. I just kind of want to see where this year takes me and figure that out as I go. But I like the idea of doing live streams, so potentially just on YouTube, potentially on Patreon, potentially just joining other people's live streams if they want me over there. But yeah, anyway, I feel like that is kind of everything that I had for this video. So many things that I want to figure out, so many things that I'm probably not gonna figure out, but those are the things I wrote down at the end of 2022. Now, kind of flashing forward to now, I know some of these things are not gonna be things I'm gonna figure out this year, and that is fine. But one of the things I wrote down in my bullet journal is also travel. I want to travel more. I haven't like traveled a lot in 2022, and I want to do it more. So I have already gotten a trip kind of checked off this year, so yay. But I want to kind of see if I can add some more things to that. And I'm just gonna keep it vague for now. But travel, yeah, let's see if I can make that work at some point this year. I feel like that is everything for this video. I'm thinking of other things that I might have to add, but I can't think of anything. I mean, it's probably already long enough video anyway. I feel like I've already gotten so many things that I want to do off of my chest. So this might just be it for now for this video. If you have enjoyed this video, then, you know, thank you for watching it all the way through, and thank you for being here. Again, if you have anything that you feel I should check out or things I should consider, if you have anything that you're like, if you do that, I will definitely pay for it, let me know. And like I said, my next Tuesday video would be my AuthorTube Secret Santa video. So make sure you check that one out once it's live. And I hope to see you in the next vlog that's coming up on Friday. Don't know what I'm gonna post in that vlog, but there will be a vlog on Friday, so be sure to stick around for those upcoming videos, and I hope to see you there. Of course it's not here. All right. I need to sneeze. I'm sitting on the floor and like my legs are falling asleep and they're hurting. Why? I don't want to do this. Okay.